We encourage any victim to come forward. Domestic violence doesn't have a gender.
Everyone connected to Amber Heard and Johnny Depp's case got famous, but one person from Johnny Depp's team has been in the constant spotlight ever since she took Johnny as her client. Yes, we are talking about Camille Vasquez. She has been all over the place, and fans have shown great love for the job she has done for Johnny. Let's take a close look at how she has been coping with everything. Camille Vasquez became a household name as a result of representing Johnny Depp in court. Plenty of footage of her cross-examining Amber Heard went viral, as did TikToks theorizing she might be in a romantic relationship with the actor. And according to TMZ, Vasquez has a ton of options in front of her as a result of the win in court. This includes offers at law firms, a possible career in the media, and maybe even a book of her own. Following her high-profile performance in Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's defamation case, she's reportedly being approached by 4 major law firms in hopes of bringing her on board. This comes as Vasquez was promoted to the role of partner at her current job. Clearly, the wins just keep coming for the 38-year-old attorney. As previously mentioned, the internet was abuzz about Camille Vasquez throughout the defamation trial in Virginia. Fans dissected every frame of her interactions with Johnny Depp, with rumors circulating that the two might be romantically involved. Vasquez has gone so far as to deny these reports, but that hasn't stopped some fans from holding out hope. And since she's expected to represent him in court again in his upcoming assault case, their collaboration will presumably continue for the time being. During the trial, there was a moment when she hugged Johnny. Well, later on, she was asked about it, and she went on to reveal the reason behind hugging her client. In an interview with Univision, Camille said, quote, "Of course I did hug him. He's my friend, but he's my client first, and he was going through something very difficult," unquote. She went on to say, quote, "I love my clients very much, and I am Hispanic. I like hugging and touching people, not kissing. I did give him a hug because he needed it," unquote. The video of their hug from the courtroom had gone viral on social media. She became a TikTok star instantly, as video of her hug to Depp took the social media platform by storm. Even after the trial, she has been very active about the things that went on during the trial, and she does not shy away from responding to any false claims made about the trial by the other party. A few days after the trial, lawyers Camille Vasquez and Ben Chu slammed Amber Heard's claims that the actor's TikTok and social media had impacted jury's verdict. They revealed that their strategy throughout the bitter case, which went on in the U.S. for 6 weeks, was to use Amber's own words against her. They admitted to crafting their questions based on her previous testimony, with Camille telling ABC's George Stephanopoulos that it was enough to show the jury all it needed to know about the actress. Camille Vasquez also denied that the #MeToo movement was ignored by the verdict in Johnny's favor. Vasquez said it was, quote, "disappointing that Heard's team called the victory a blow to the #MeToo and women's rights movement." She even noted that the actress was brought down by them, quote, "using her words against her. Every question that was asked was tied to something she had said previously," unquote. Vasquez added,
We encourage any victim to come forward. Domestic violence doesn't have a gender.
Speaking with Good Morning America's host, George Stephanopoulos, Camille said,
I think the key to victory was focusing on the facts and the evidence, and Johnny's opportunity to speak the truth for the first time. It was 6 years in the making, and I think he was able to connect with the jury and the general public.
Recently, a spokesperson for Amber Heard said, quote, "Women's rights are moving backward. The verdict's message to victims of domestic violence is, be afraid to stand up and speak out," unquote. When asked about their thoughts on the response from domestic violence advocates, Camille clarified, quote,
I think it's disappointing. We're only speaking about what happened in this case, right? And the facts in this case were overwhelmingly positive for Johnny, and the verdict speaks for itself.
In one of her interviews after the trial, Amber Heard called out Vasquez for being sanctimonious when she referred to the Aquaman actress's testimony as the performance of a lifetime. The Dateline interview with Amber Heard was conducted by NBC's new anchor, Savannah Guthrie. She appeared to be strong but fair to the actress throughout, putting her on the spot over some of the biggest talking points of the trial and the aftermath. Guthrie talked about how credible Heard's testimony was. There were those who felt that the 36-year-old simply brought her A game to the courtroom and that she was only performing from a script in the same way that she does for her movie roles. These sentiments were emphasized by Camille Vasquez in her closing arguments. Quote, "Ms. Heard came into this courtroom prepared to give the performance of her life, and she gave it," the lawyer said. She also pointed out a quirk that Heard purportedly has when acting as evidence of this. Vasquez said, quote, Miss Heard's acting coach, Christina Sexton, testified that Miss Heard has difficulty crying when she is acting. You saw it. Miss Heard sobbing without tears while spinning elaborate, exaggerated, fantastical accounts of abuse, unquote. When Camille Vasquez's statement was put to Amber Heard by Savannah Guthrie, the actress countered by invoking an old Johnny Depp movie.
In the closing arguments, the Depp lawyer called your testimony the performance of a lifetime and said you were acting. What do you say to that?
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
He was, of course, referring to Depp's 1990 fantasy romance film, Edward Scissorhands. In addition to praising her on social media, fans have now created merchandise dedicated to the skillful attorney, with many items imploring the legal eagle to run for president. Items include t-shirts, hoodies, magnets, and even candles with Vasquez's name and likeness. Some items find followers comparing her to Depp's ex with phrases such as, quote, in a world full of Ambers, be a Camille, unquote. Others quoted Vasquez as the cross-examined Heard during trial, including quips such as, quote, respectfully, that's not my question, unquote. Some fans of the Pirates of the Caribbean star have even suggested that she and Depp should date. Camille, however, said it is unethical to date clients. Vasquez told People, adding that the Edward Scissorhands star has been her friend and client for 4.5 years. Quote, I care very deeply about my clients, and we have obviously become close. But when I say we, I mean the entire team, and of course, that includes Johnny, unquote. Vasquez was also sure to mention that she is, quote, very happy in her relationship with boyfriend Edward Owen. She said, quote, it's also an unethical charge being made. It's sexist, it's unfortunate, and it's disappointing. But at the same time, it kind of comes with the territory. I can't say I was all that surprised, unquote. Now, Heard keeps accusing the jurors to have been swayed by the public opinion, but it is worth noting that long before the hearings in the Depp versus Heard trial began, the die had already been cast in terms of what side the general public was leaning towards. With Johnny Depp losing out on multiple active and potential acting jobs, fans were already ganging up against Amber Heard. This wave started as far back as 2020, when an audio clip surfaced of the actress teasing her then-husband that no one would believe him if he ever said publicly that he too was a victim of domestic abuse. This recording put fans firmly on Depp's side, and the trend has continued in the aftermath of the trial. She was heavily criticized after her last interview as well. How did you guys like Camille's work? Also, should Heard be begrudging her or accusing her of hurting the Me Too movement? Do leave your opinion in the comment box and stay tuned for more.